So, Jez, we've had a question through on Twitter.
Yes.
So, what have we got?
This is Ida Welch saying, I'm a dog boarder having trouble with a spaniel with fear aggression. She's lashing out at any dog approaching. What do I do?
So I guess that's quite a common problem that you would get asked about, fear aggression.
Yeah,
it's something I see quite often in the surgery as well. And I mean, you're the behavioural expert. How would you tackle that?
It's nicely passed off there.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, I guess, and not, I'm not being biased because we're here today, but one of the first things I'd talk about probably is food. That's one of the primary questions I always ask. What are you feeding the dog?
And if they're feeding that brand beginning with B that we shan't name, then you say that, change the food, because obviously the additives, the colourings and things like that can make behavioural problems. And you think even in a dog that's being, aggressive like that, fear aggressive, you'd look at food straight away.
Yeah, there's two things there straight off. One is, let's define aggression. So, the biological definition of aggression is an act with an intent to cause harm. And actually, most dogs that I see that are aggressive don't cause any injury. It's a very...
It's more of a defense, sort of warning sound, or a sort of snarling, growling kind of, leave me alone.
It's what I like to call
unhappy.
reactivity, because that's what it is. Are they aggressive? Are they actually causing injury, which is a completely different problem altogether and slightly more complicated, or are they just reactive?
So the sound of this one is more of a reactive issue.
Yeah,
it's lunging at other dogs because it's trying to make a point, it's scared, or it's or trying to be dominant. But I guess fear, scared, probably in this instance.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how will we tackle this? Will we tackle this with kind of positive reinforcement, distraction, or sort of climatization of being around other dogs and in the presence of rewards? Is that what you're
ironically, actually, I would say that it being boarded around other dogs probably isn't such a great thing for the dog. If it's afraid of other dogs and it's reacting, we need to remove the stimulus and let's start training around reduced stimuli.
Yeah.
So, dogs in a distance, every now and again in a park, and lots of classical conditionings. That's that big posh fancy word, which means every time we see another dog, they get really cool treats. So that we teach the dog, actually, other dogs aren't so scary, they bring really good things.
And then the brain kind of, the pathways in the brain change from linking another dog to fear and therefore aggression to linking other dog with treat, therefore
Absolutely.
yum, brilliant. And then gradually building that up, and hey presto, then eventually in time, that dog won't be scared of other dogs and therefore won't be aggressive. I guess that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, the key is really, has it always been reactive to other dogs? Because that's really to do with early socialisation and all that kind of jazz. Or is it a new behaviour? New behaviours are probably the most important when we talk about reactivity, because we know we can correct them. Let's look at diet, make sure that it's not being fed any yucky additives and nasties that are causing this anxiety and sort of feeling pretty rough inside itself. And if it's not, then let's feed it the food and yummy treats, yummy cheeses or something like that.
I mean, there's this whole debate in training between positive and negative rewards, and people saying there's some things you just can't cure with positive reinforcement, but this is something you'd be really confident you could sort out pretty easily with positive rewards and reinforcement.
Yeah, I mean, probably 8 out of 10 clients I see are reactive dogs. Dogs that don't like other dogs, or dogs that don't like other people. And I'm yet to see a dog that can't be changed. I mean, some dogs, it's just going to take such a long time. If you present me with a 10-year-old dog that now hates other dogs, well, let's look at doing as good as we can get. But if in 4 years' time or 3 years' time the dog dies and we've got as good as we could have got, let's at least make it better for the dog and other dogs around.
So there is something you can do. Yeah,
everything can be improved, but whether we get an actual resolution is really dog dependent.
But for this particular case, hopefully that advice has been of some help, and by using those methods, we can help solve that problem. And I think get in touch with Jez directly for some more detailed advice.
Yeah, absolutely. Check out the website. There's tons of free advice.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Brilliant. Good stuff.
That was nice.
That was nice. What a really good stuff. Yeah.